guys, it's Monica, and I wanted to make this video for anyone who is looking for some tips on how to encourage their baby or young toddler to start talking and communicating at an early age. I'll share 5 things that we did to help encourage our children to communicate effectively at a young age, which I felt was crucial to help decrease the frustration that comes with not feeling understood. If you're new to my channel, I post new videos twice a week on peaceful parenting, healthy living, and life with little ones, and would love for you to subscribe to the channel. Both of my kids by the age of 2 had more words than we could count and could speak in full sentences. I felt this helped immensely in their ability to communicate their needs, frustrations, and desires, which in turn helped me and my husband to meet those needs. Here are a few of the things we did to help them. Number 1 was sign language. I started signing with my children as small babies when they were 3 or 4 months old. I had a little picture book that we would read that would teach me as well as them some basic signs. And it was just a quick Google search to find new signs for words that would come up that we didn't have the signs for yet. And sticking with this practice over the months, by the time my son was 15 months old, he had over 60 signs, but could only speak, I think, around 15 words. But since he already knew the words and was just working on the muscle coordination to form the words, by the time he could, those words came quickly. By 18 months, they both had close to 150 spoken words, and were learning multiple new words every day. This signing was a great supplement to the new words he was learning because he could sign along with the words, so it made it much easier to understand what he was saying and communicate back. Number 2, talk to them in full sentences and regular language from birth. I always try to avoid baby talk, like goo goo gaga sort of stuff, and instead talk to them with normal words and sentence structure. But make it more interesting and engaging by using a higher pitched voice and a more sing-songy type of cadence, and be sure to enunciate your words clearly. Sportscast your day and tell them all about what you're doing and what they're saying. For instance, okay, I'm gonna pick you up now, we're gonna go get in the bath. Okay, I'm washing your feet. Okay, I'm washing your toes, there are your toes. Okay, now I'm gonna wash your face. I also avoided having the TV on, even in the background. And I recently read having a TV on in the background actually will make it less likely for you to talk out loud throughout your day. Number 3 is to listen and communicate back. A lot of people have learned to talk to babies to encourage them to talk, but I think it's equally important to listen as well. When I would hear them say something, I would listen to them and repeat it back. And when I would repeat it back, I would repeat it back in a grammatically correct sentence. So for instance, if they say, ball, ball, because they're pointing to the ball, I would say, yes, there's a ball. Or yes, I see the ball too. The back and forth responding of talking and listening goes a long way in developing those language skills. And I think it also serves a really useful purpose of letting them know that their voice is important too. I always try to encourage my children to communicate through listening and showing them that I care about what they have to say. Number 4, having them complete familiar sentences. So I picked this one up from this really useful library lecture I attended on this subject. When they're not quite speaking or just starting to speak, you can have them fill in the blanks. An example of this is you can play a game where you throw a balloon up in the air. Every time you throw the balloon up in the air, you say up, up, up. The balloon goes, and then you pause, and then they say up. In the beginning, you're going to be saying up, but you're going to give that pause so that they can start to fill in that blank. So up, 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 the balloon goes, you pause, up, and then eventually they'll start to say it. Another one we used a lot was ready, set, go. So when they're at the top of the slide, getting ready to slide down or getting ready to do something, I would say ready, set, go. Again, in the beginning, you're just pausing for a second and then saying go, so then they start to realize, okay, when I say ready, set, then I say go, and then they would start to say go. Using this was so helpful, and they quickly started to learn more and more words by filling in the blanks. Number 5, read to them from birth. Reading will help their language development before they're even able to fully understand the words. It builds their listening, language awareness, and memory skills. There are of course many benefits to reading to them from birth, but language development is a big one. When they're a little bit older, closer to 1, and they've started saying their first words, you can start helping them learn to talk by encouraging them to read. And you can use the same filling in the blank technique and apply that to the reading as well. So for example, if you're reading Goodnight Moon and you're saying in the great green room, and they read this book and they're familiar with it, you say, in the great green, pause, room, there was a telephone and a red balloon. and eventually they will start to familiarize themselves with these stories, and then they will fill in the blanks and get so much joy from knowing what's coming next. And keep in mind, all children develop at their own pace, so we just want to help them stay on their own best track. And maybe that means talking at age 1 for some or later for others. We just want to keep talking to our babies, as this will not only help them learn to communicate sooner and more effectively, it also helps set the foundation for literacy and builds your baby's brain in that critical first 3 years when the brain grows more than any other time in our lives. Check out my other peaceful parenting videos, which will be linked in the description below, for even more tips and ideas on how to raise kind, respectful, self-directed, confident, moral problem solvers. Okay guys, I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.